Mrs. John Knightley was very happy during her short visit to Hartfield. She spent her mornings with old friends and her 5 children, and her evenings with her father and sister. The only thing she wished for was that the days wouldn't pass so quickly. The family had one dinner party to attend, even though it was Christmas. Mr. Weston insisted they all come to his house, Randalls. Mr. Woodhouse didn't want to go out, but he agreed rather than splitting up the group. Emma convinced him that Harriet could also fit in one of the carriages. The party was small and the meal was early to suit Mr. Woodhouse's habits. The night before, Harriet had visited Hartfield but went home sick with a bad cold. The next day, Emma went to see her and found she was too ill to go to the dinner party. Harriet had a fever and a sore throat. She was sad and cried about missing the event. Emma stayed with her to cheer her up, telling her that Mr. Elton would be very sad when he found out she was sick. Emma left feeling good that Harriet was now happy with the thought of Mr. Elton having a comfortless night without her. A short time later, Emma met Mr. Elton, who was also on his way to check on Harriet. They were joined by Emma's brother, John Knightley, and his 2 sons. Emma told Mr. Elton that Harriet had a very inflamed throat and a fever. Mr. Elton was immediately worried. He said he hoped it wasn't contagious and insisted that she see a doctor. Emma was not worried, but she wanted to keep his concern for Harriet alive. She changed the subject, saying how cold it was and that it looked like snow. She told him that in his case, he should definitely stay home and take care of himself. Emma thought he had agreed, and she told him they would make his apologies to the Westons. But just as she said this, her brother offered Mr. Elton a seat in his carriage if the weather was his only concern. Mr. Elton quickly and happily accepted. Emma was shocked. She thought to herself, "This is so strange. He loves Harriet, but he would rather go to a party than stay home for her." She decided that some men, especially single ones, have an overwhelming desire to dine out. As they walked, John Knightley told Emma that Mr. Elton worked very hard to be agreeable to ladies. He then said slyly that Mr. Elton seemed to have a lot of goodwill toward her. Emma was astonished and laughed, asking if he thought Mr. Elton was in love with her. Her brother told her to consider the idea and watch her own behavior, saying he thought she was being encouraging. Emma disagreed, saying they were just good friends. She was not happy that her brother thought she was ignorant and needed his advice. Mr. Woodhouse was determined to go to the dinner party, despite the cold. As the second carriage started to move, it began to snow. Emma's brother, John Knightley, was not happy at all. He complained the entire ride, saying it was foolish to leave a warm house to go to a boring dinner in bad weather. Emma stayed silent because she didn't want to argue with him. When they arrived, Mr. Elton was there, looking happy and cheerful. Emma thought he must have received better news about Harriet, but he told her that he had just learned Harriet was even worse. He sighed and seemed sad for a moment, but then he quickly became cheerful again. He talked about how comfortable the carriage was and how lucky they were that the snow hadn't started sooner. He said it was the perfect season for friendly gatherings and mentioned being snowed in at a friend's house for a week once, which he said was a wonderful experience. John Knightley looked like he didn't understand the fun of being snowed in and said he didn't want to be stuck at Randalls for a week. Mr. Elton then said he preferred small, select parties like this one, and turned to Emma for her approval, suggesting that Mr. Knightley wouldn't understand since he was used to big city parties. John Knightley simply said he knew nothing of London parties since he never dined out. As they pulled up to the house, he said his first enjoyment would be to get home safely again.